Hello there, and thank you for tuning in to the Joey's Fly Fishing Podcast. This is our second episode with the fall fly. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Ian.
And we're your hosts.
Today's topic is the fall fly.
A fly fishing tournament that we compete through every year. In fact, this year was our 10th annual one. And I think it was probably one of the best ones we've done so far.
The fall fly consists of a banquet dinner the night before and a fly fishing tournament the next morning.
I personally think that this year's fall fly was one of the best we've had so far. That partially was because of the numbers we've had due to last year, due to COVID. So we're really grateful for having that this year.
Agreed. I can second that. And also, I really like this year because your boy got second place with his guide, Chris. So, I mean,
I think
10th
you can tell he's
annual-
pretty happy about that, by the way.
It was a pretty good year, to be honest.
He's happy. Is this the first time you've placed?
No, my first year, which was 4 years ago, I placed second with a guy named Gary. And then 2 years fishless. And then this year, got second place again.
Hear that? 2 years fishless. Last year, I placed second. So that was kind of nice. That was my first time placing. And I think fifth fall fly? I believe it was my fifth. How many have you done? You said 4, right?
I've done 4, 1, 2, lost 2.
I think you said 4.
So,
Overall, it was pretty good, though.
Yeah.
And in fact, this year, I personally hosted that with Stephen Richards, which is going to be our guest for today. So we're looking forward to that. It was pretty fun. It was just kind of a challenge. But it was mostly just the nerves and butterflies and everything in my stomach. How do you think that turned out good, though?
I think you guys did pretty well. To be honest, I was only on stage for maybe like 4 minutes, and I was pretty nervous, and they were out there for the whole thing. So congrats, Anthony.
Thanks, man. Means a lot.
And we also want to talk about the experience of the Gary Collins Leadership Award. So
this year, it was actually given to Stephen as the first person to ever be awarded this award, which really shows leadership and hard work, the same that Gary used to show.
Gary was a friend of the foundation, us, and Joey.
As the recipient of the Gary Collins Leadership Award, we would like to introduce Stephen Richards.
Welcome, Stephen.
Nice to have you on. Good to see you.
So, Stephen, we'd like to ask you a few questions. Will that be all right?
Sure.
Look at the camera.
So, Stephen, how long have you been with the foundation, and how did you get involved?
I have been with the foundation for about 3 years. I got involved through a club called Outdoor Club through the high school. We came in about a little over 3 years ago to build rods with Joey. I finished my rod, then Joey came up to me and asked me if I wanted to become a volunteer. Then about 6 months after that, Joey hired me on as an employee.
So, Stephen, why do you continue to mentor at Joey's?
Just like he said, about 2 years ago, he came up to me. He said the reason why he hired me on was because he saw the love for my kids and how well I was able to kind of like treat them and mentor them.
I can say personally that I've seen you seriously grow when it comes to mentoring and a really hard work ethic and caring about others pretty well. I think Ian can speak for that as well.
I also agree. I think that's part of the reason why you got the Gary Collins Award, man.
Yeah.
So,
By the way, congratulations on that award.
Thanks.
It's really cool.
you worked hard for it.
Yeah.
So, can you tell the audience what exactly you do at Joey's? Like, what is your position, your role?
So here at Joey's, I am first off the president of the youth board, and my board makes the decisions for the kids and like what we all do here at Joey's. And then I'm also the youth program instructor or director.
What aspects of mentoring do you enjoy the most personally?
Just seeing the smile on the kids' faces once they get like a rod done or they get like a fish on the hook or something they accomplished.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool feeling. I can agree with you there. So
Yeah, it's really cool to see kids grow and see how they become mentors themselves, and not only grow in that aspect, but also grow in kind of just their daily, everyday lives.
yeah, I think that's me and Anthony's case. We mentored and became mentors. So, Steven, what are your thoughts about winning the first ever Gary Collins Leadership Award? How does that
The
make
first.
you feel?
So personally, I was spaced out through half of that like whole speech, and when it happened, I was like, "Wait, what's going on?" I personally did not know this was happening. I'm very surprised. I'm very glad to know that this is happening, and I just don't know what to say. Thank you.
How do you feel you are a leader in this foundation, and you help to grow in this foundation, not only for yourself but the kids?
I've seen a lot of kids like grow so much since I've been here. Like I taught this one girl who is a friend of mine, who's a friend's daughter's, and when she came out of this, she seemed like she was a lot happier with herself and enjoyed being out in the world with friends and other people.
Yeah, Joey's, when you come here, it lights you up. Makes you happy. You're surrounded by nice people, nice community.
Yeah, you're kind of just like brought into this place with like hospitality and patience and respect, and
Yeah, Joey's is,
it truly is nice to be in a person like that, and it really makes you feel really humble and
yeah,
confident about not only yourself but everything else you do.
it's pretty nice, and I'm probably aware I can speak for all of us three that it's pretty nice knowing that we have a place to fall back to if something happens. We got Joey and Jace and our adult mentors. So, Steven, what are some things that you've learned during your time while working at Joey's?
First off, how to become more social and how to talk to people, but how to build a rod mainly. Like I learned, like I've always wondered, like what goes into building a rod. Was it just you set a guide on the resin over top of that, or did you tape it on? But ever since I came to Joey's, I've learned kind of the fundamentals of building a rod and what all goes into it for it to actually work properly.
So not only have you learned mentoring and leadership skills, both social and just craftsmanship as well. Because I've seen some of your personal rods and some rods that have come out really well that you've made, and I think that's really good from both of you. In fact, that you both have taken your time on and you've really worked on it a lot. And cared about Steven, you've really grown in that, and I'm really proud of you for that. It's cool.
Thank you very much, Anthony. That means a lot, man.
Yeah, of course. So if somebody was looking to join Joey's who had previously not been here before or heard much about the foundation, do you think you could give them some advice on things they could either follow on so then they understand it a little bit more?
Or like,
what those things are?
Yeah, what are some things you wish you knew while you were going through?
I would tell them that it's not like working at Walmart or at McDonald's. You just go along with the flow. It's a lot different here. We do stuff a lot differently.
Is that a good way or a bad way?
It's a good thing because it just teaches you like that there's jobs out there that can be completely different and a lot better. But I would tell them that to pay attention to detail when it comes to this stuff and just to have fun.
I agree.
I think you said that really well.
Well, that was an awesome episode, and I think to wrap up, what do you think are some fall fly concluding thoughts? What did you have? What do you think went well? What didn't? What?
I think, well, this year we kind of started off a little late, but I mean, just like everything else we do, we kind of just pull through and make things work. As a team, we get it done no matter what. So that was kind of nice. But overall, I think it was good. We had some really good fish, and it was pretty okay water, or it was some pretty okay weather. Sorry, but this year the water was pretty low. We had a drought recently here, but overall, like I said, we really just pull through as a team, and we just get things done and make them work. And we have fun knowing either way. So
Yeah.
that was really nice.
I also really enjoy the more youth leadership aspect that Joey has implanted with us being the junior board, you and Steven hosting. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. We would also like to thank our sponsors once again for the Fall Fly and for everything they do throughout the year. So thank you again.
Well, I think what we're going to do is for this upcoming fall is we're going to hit the shop, teach some kids how to build rods, build some of our own, do some production.
Buckle down, build some rods.
Yep. I think it'll be pretty fun, man.
Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in again. You can also find our podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or at joysflyfishing.org.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.